Boom.
Is it Ethan, yeah, no? Or is it Ethan, no, yeah? That is the hot topic today. Ethan, yeah, no, Ampadu has a better ring to it. But I think BMG is probably right here. That it's no, yeah. Ethan, no, yeah, Ampadu. But no, yeah. I think he does. Yes, all boxed up. What's good? Big up. Yes, big man. Go. It's good. Yes, 78 RPM. And you know it, mate. The yeah, no, get in. I mean, does he not just switch it up based on, you know, which he's going towards? It's like, yeah, no, I do. And or it's like, no, yeah, you know. It depends which way he's going with it. I think he's versatile enough as a midfielder to switch up the yeah no's to the no yes. But it is funny, and I know it's difficult, like in the grand scheme of things, for players and people generally to sort of speak. So that you do end up falling into habits, don't you? I say mint every 10 minutes, don't I? Every 10 seconds. So there's definitely certain colloquialisms, or they call colloquialisms, that everybody rambles on about, and you fall into the same thing, like yeah, of course, with Steven Gerrard's in it and stuff. They've all got, the one that does my head in, that I don't know whether they get told to do. I feel like they must get taught to do it. But when they all say listen, listen's become a real thing, hasn't it? Where they all go listen, and it's like listen's really aggressive to me. I always think listen. It's like I know what I'm talking about here. Listen, and I don't necessarily think they even mean it like that, but it just comes across a bit like listen. But they all do it, so it makes me think that unless because they all hang out together all the time, it makes me feel like they get the bit of media training when they start saying listen, or they believe in themselves a little too much. It's something I would not want to start saying. So if I ever am to start saying it, my G, because we started saying my G's, haven't we, my G's? But if I ever am to start saying listen, then you feel you're more than welcome to pick me up on it. So the first poll of the day will be simple. Ethan, what? Ampadu. Yeah, no. Or no. Yeah. Mouse's guide, but we can keep moving. I'm smooth with it. Mouse has totally died, I think. Come to me, Papa. Come back home. New battery job. Moments into the... Not even had a swig of beer. I need a new battery job. New battery job. I'll get them legs out. Yeah. Fear that these have not been on charge, even though they should well have been, could have been, should have been, could well have been. I'm going with yeah, no, Ampadu, because I think it's smoother off the tongue. But I think the reality is he probably says no, yeah, more. Yeah, of course. I'd do it in the Scouser accent, but I can't do Scouser accent, so... Problems. It's not coming back. It's not coming back, boys. Oh, we're back in. We're in. Yes, Harley 200. Hi, Jack. I just wanted to say you look like a geezer in a world of puffs, a baller in a world of Steves, and a streamer in a world of workers, a legend in a world of amateurs. Thank you very much, Harley 200. We always appreciate the levels you go to get these comments across. A streamer in a world of workers seems a little bit harsh on me, but I'll take it for whenever it comes. I certainly did see it. Certainly did. It's in the title, BMG. Paraag has well and truly stepped in. He's had to get the skipper over the line. Paraag steps in. Stepped in today. Had to. Because Farker's obviously not enough for his captain Ampadu, is it, to sign. He's got to get... Paraag's got to step in and get it done. Yes, Cletus. Appreciate you, my G. Thank you very much. fan of the cap, fan of the blue, fan of the Leeds United crew. Tonight's options, and I'm willing to consider others. Let's have it. And you know it. Don't you forget it. Yes, thank you for reminding me, all boxed up. Don't you forget it. So, ideas for the 11s, boys, is frequently change their hairstyle. Name is a food. Name is a profession. Injury-ended career. We'll take a couple of suggestions also, potentially. And then BMG will whittle it down to the four for the poll, 4 selections. Going to say it now that Leeds away kit is top. I will give them my money. Just hope we don't have any red on the home kit. Yeah, I think we still will, to be fair, Harley 200. I don't think... They did it last year, didn't they, with the kit? They want red with the away kit. I like the away kit this year. Everybody wants that badge back universally, but I actually don't. I want to keep the shield. I actually like the shield. I think it's pretty mint, so I'd be reluctant to release it. But I do like the circular one. I wonder whether it's a thing sometimes about they can do more with a shield. It's bigger for a start, I think. It's more bold. It's like, I don't know. You can do more with a shield on stuff rather than the circular one. I don't know. I sometimes wonder whether it's all big clubs have got shields, haven't they? They've gone, haven't they, a little bit, the circular ones, or just the writing out ones. 78 RPM, best signing of the window, whatever happens now. Farkas Rock, our captain. It did need to be signed down, didn't it, 78? Not that I ever thought it wouldn't be. I don't know why. I know it was probably a bit of internet rampage, a bit of internet rage, but it was never not going to sign, really. I don't know why everybody got the knickers in a twist. I know Aston Villa were allegedly in with some interesting stuff, but I think that's all just to drum up a bit of interest for his contract as well. I don't think they've been accepting any bids. What is interesting is to think how much he's actually worth. We obviously bought him for 7 million, didn't we? So, again, keep saying it, but it's not about how much you spend, it's about how well you spend, isn't it? And 7 million for Ethan Ampadu, who's become a legit captain, and I actually think he's underrated within the Premier League. And if we'd have had a better season, everybody were banging on about Granit Xhaka and stuff, weren't they? I know he plays slightly more forward, doesn't he, Xhaka? He's not quite the holding midfielder that Ampadu is. Ampadu is a holding midfielder, but I don't think there's many better in the league really than him, genuinely, in his role. I think he's indispensable for us, and we said at the start of the season that it's just as important to keep hold of a load of players as it is to bring some in. So we don't want to be losing players like Ampadu and Stack. We need to retain them players. It's as important as signing some new ones. So the classic footballer one is obviously of course. Obviously, it's been some difficult times. They love it, don't the BMG? Yes, Brett, my old mucker. Is it all worth it? What does it even mean? Does the sun really rise and set? Does the world even know what club football really means? Unsure, Brett. Unsure, sir. I think it's all worth it, though. I'm hoping you're all right with that comment, to be fair, brother. But everything's worth something, even if it's not worth all. That's still something, isn't it? Nothing's something. Nothing exists. Nothing is forever. Everything's worth something. Hello, fellow passengers of the bullshit bus, and you know it, Joe Depp. The bullshit bus will be rolling out for certain this season, this pre-season. We'll be all aboard the bullshit bus with immediate effect. Top of the bus, top of the double-decker. We are back of the bus styly. Yes, Richard Todd, what's good, big man? Welcome. Harley 200, yeah, of course the boys played well. Well, the gaffer is a top manager. Shout out to the kit man, everything he does goes unnoticed. But listen, we'll win the league next season. Absolutely, Harley 200. They also like the when they say like the boss, don't they? The gaffer, or they go, that's just the gaffer, that's the boss, or they'll go, that's just Rooney, that's just Wazza. They always do like a that's just him, like that's how he does it. It's just him. It's just Wazza. The ball bags out there, really. Although we all are. Yes, my G, Luke in the building. And the Badger crew. So Liverpool have confirmed Areola Iriola, can never say his name, but either way, it's funny. But have Leeds officially announced Ampadu? He's apparently agreed terms. They've officially announced it. Yeah, they've done the. Ampadu's had an interview today, which Roger Slicker said was a bit tame, but I just thought it was quite a good interview. I think, yeah, no, Ampadu talks quite well, to be fair, apart from his yeah no's and his no yes. But yeah, he's 100% confirmed till 2030, which is good. So a 4-year contract. Do you know what worries me? I saw 2030 signed till 2030, and I thought he'd signed a 15-year contract. I literally saw 2030 and I thought, he's signed a lifetime contract with us. He's staying till he's 45. I swear I'm alive. Well, I don't swear I'm alive because I'm deliberately exaggerating. But I thought he'd signed a much longer contract than 4 years. I certainly do lose track of what year we're in. But yeah, 2030, I thought, get in, 6 years. And then I thought, it's 4 years. In 2 years, he's going to be renegotiating this contract. Well, hopefully he is. If we keep on the trajectory that obviously we want to be on, and what I believe Paraag, now that he's stepped in, wants to be on. It's interesting that he stepped in pre-season, because obviously Paraag traditionally steps in at the end of the season, didn't it? But he obviously didn't need to, but he likes to step in once a season. So if you sort of count this as the end of the season rather than the beginning of the next season, then he's true to form. He steps in towards the end of each season or just at the end of the season. He knows when to step in. We know it. You can do a poll on what people think of the kit. I think it'll be Roundhouse liked. 67% have confirmed that it's Yeno Ampadu. So Ethan Yeno Ampadu. And I'm here for it. Away kit. How much you like it? Don't. Do. Really do. Indeed, I do. To levels I can't explain. Ethan Ampadu is yeah. Now he has signed till 2030. You know it. All boxed up. He's signed for the next 15 years. I had to interrupt my viewing of Paraag's video to join this. Yes, indeed, BMG. I hadn't actually seen Paraag's video, but I just saw a clip of him talking about Ampadu before the video had sort of been officially released. I think it went around Twitter first. And then I saw that Paraag, they've just uploaded it, haven't they, on Leeds' thing. So I will be watching that immediately after. Paraag is watching this as well. You know it, Joe Depp. Can you imagine? Now that he's stepped in, he'll be like, he'll be loving stepping in. He'll have stepped in just to get back on Underlap, won't he? Non-Voldemorts. Smash the pose out of that like. And you know it, BMG. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. 78 RPM. I think Ampadu staying would have been one of his deal breakers. Dr. Farker, I agree. 78. They've apparently said that about Pascal, haven't they, as well? Like, Farker really rates Pascal, wants to keep him at club. Pascal Ampadu, Struitt, same person. Pascal Ampadu, Stack. My best mate, Longstaff. I don't think he's a deal breaker, but he commented saying matching on to next year, so on his Twitter, and you never know, but you know, I think that probably means that he at least wants to stay. I don't think Farker will be in a rush to get him out. I think we'll end up using Longstaff a lot more next season. I think it'll be a bit of a different, well, it'll be a very different season. It might be a little bit, I don't want to say tougher, because I think in terms of survival, I think we should survive significantly easier. I think that the standard will be worse down the bottom end. But in order to push on, I think we might find ourselves in a bit more of some sticky patches than we did in this year, really. Because we didn't get away with it. We played brilliant all season, barring a few games or a short spell where we looked like we're going to throw it away. But I think that might happen a little bit more next season while we're still sort of playing well. I think there might be a few teething problems next season and stuff. But I still think we'll comfortably finish 12th. So I think it'll still be a good season overall. We might have a little bit of an outside chance of Europe like Sunderland have done this year. I do think there's a chance of that, but I just mean I think they'll beat. And I don't think we'll beat Man United away, for instance. I don't think we'll go and beat into Chelsea. I don't think we'll go and beat into Liverpool. Yeah, I think we'll lose some of the bigger games that we got some results in, which means, you have to beat your Coventrys, you have to beat your Ipswiches, your Southamptons. No, not your Southamptons, your Middlesbroughs. No, not your Middlesbroughs. They both got beat. No, one of them won. One of them got beat twice. Your Hulls you've got to beat. Tony Curry's a good one for the food hype. Welcome, Bingy, by the way. Only one player per European, not world, country. Brett's been wanting to get that one in for a while, MVG. Pat Rice, Livermore's a good one as well. Absolutely, you too. Yes, War Piglet, what's good, big man? The West Coast Warlord. By the way, for name is a profession, we'll have to think of old-fashioned professions like medieval. An example would be Cooper, which I think is a barrel maker. Loving that, BMG. Straight to the difficult end of it. Will you be doing any content during the World Cup knockouts? Early 200. If timings are a bit shit for games, aren't they? But I might go live for a few at games and stuff. I don't know. It's sporadic. There's no point me trying to like lock all down. Obviously, I know you said that I'm a streamer in a world of workers, but I do work every hour God sends. So it's it'll be difficult for me to maintain all really, but I'll be doing plenty of bullshit transfer stuff and having a bit of a laugh about it all, and then hopefully some players actually come in and we can keep everybody subdued. Joe Depp and Ming yellow cards for premature ejaculations. I think as a brotherhood on here, barring Mimi, Bob and Julie, I think we should come together. And I don't mean in ejaculation terms, BMG, but I think we should join as one and not yellow card anybody for premature ejaculations. Because I think that's not good for men's mental health. So I think we should join in unity and say, look, whenever you blow, you've got to go. Keep it real. There's always next time. You're only as good as your last performance. Such as life. Wait till the barrel's full again. Wait till you've got the loaded gun again, and give it your all, and just focus. Focus less, but concentrate more. Terry Butcher, Ming, you're really out. You're gonna get sent off here though for the premature ejaculators. Amps is better than KP. I don't doubt that, Harley 200, to be fair. That's a good poll, actually, mate. And I don't mean now, but I mean at the time. 42% say, indeed, I do to levels I can't explain. Only 11% have said that they don't like it, which is a surprise to me. Is Amps better than Prime KP? I think there'd have to be an argument. The Shield would look best of them all with some of those special stars above it. You know, like the stars Arsenal never got at the weekend. And you know it's 78 RPM. I cannot go through my Twitter feed without seeing Gabriel blaze the ball over the bar. I have never seen that I've never seen any penalty more than that. To suggest I got some shit on some shorts, I'm only having a laugh about Arsenal. I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass about Arsenal. And then commenters say, well, clearly Cooks keep banging on about him. I'm like, I'm just having a bit of a laugh. It's a game of football. I couldn't really care less about them. But, you know, I did want them to lose, you know, and it is funny when they lost. And Gabriel blazing it over at back couldn't have happened to a better lad, could it? So I'm happy for him to be blazing it over as well. It's football. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having a bit of a laugh. And let's not pretend that Arsenal fans like us. Nobody likes us. So I'll do what I want. But the point being, actually I forgot my point completely. But I'm definitely not in the minority. I've never ever seen a penalty more than that. It's everybody's tweeting it constantly. There's about 100 different channels putting like 3-hour anniversary for everybody that supports or whatever, for everybody that follows, and then it's 155 hours for everybody who supports. The anniversary. It's so funny. So I can't, and like they keep cutting it up, so you think you're watching a football clip, and whoever's about to bend it in, and then it just cuts to Gabriel blazing it over at bar. So I keep thinking I'm watching Messi running through on goal, and then it's Gabriel blazing it over at top. It's so funny. It's just like absolutely relentless. It's the best moment, one of the best moments. It's one of my most celebrated moments in the moment in a pub, because normally I'd just be like, oh, whatever. But it felt good, baby. No, Ming. Stay loose. Tickets for the World Cup not selling. I can imagine not, to be fair, Cletus. I think, aren't they meant to be like ludicrously expensive as well? I actually think, I'm not one that gets particular. I like the World Cup and that. It's meant to have it on. I have football on all the time on telly. But I don't know if it's been that well built up. I don't know. Is anybody else feeling that? I don't know whether it's just like, I don't know how up for I've got most World Cups ever anyway. But do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's a build up thing or whether it's just I'm not particularly excited about it. But it's days away, isn't it? It's like a week away, isn't it? More or less. Well, it will be a week away, will it? When's World Cup start? That's what I mean. But it's like I'm not on a countdown for it in many means. Harley 200, all jokes aside, what a time to be a Leeds fan. Everything seems like it's coming together nicely now, and we have just to keep building and building. God forbid we go down. I honestly can't see a scenario where we go down, Harley, which will probably be chopped up by some dick slap in a year. But I genuinely can't see it. I don't think the teams that are coming up will be strong enough. So I think we're in a good space, Harley. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it while it's here. Richard Todd's got an idea on the 11 BMG. Most decorated players ever that's played for Leeds, previous clubs and countries included, Jack. Love it, Richard Todd. Like the idea, sir. Absolutely. Thought you was going to say you got to keep players like Amps and Longstaff. Was laughing in anticipation. I do think you got to keep Longstaff. They set the pace, don't they, in training? They set the standards. To setting the standard, but I think Ampadu's obviously more. I'm saying obviously now, like the footballers. Listen, listen. Listen. Ampadu's more important than Longstaff right now, but listen. In a 6 months, obviously, if Ampadu gets injured, listen, you're gonna need Longstaff. Yeah, no, and you know it. Not surprised the tickets aren't selling. Flight to that side of the world cost enough without footy tickets. What's 200 quid though, Brett? What's 200 quid to any of us, mate? You've got to remember that. What's 200 quid to you, really? I know the flight would be a bit more than 200 quid, but that's what the ticket would cost, wasn't it? And what's 200 quid to a man like yourself? We appreciate you, me old mucker. Imagine if El Loco got the Anfield job. Do you think it would have gone pear-shaped? I don't think they'd do it, Harley 200. I actually saw an interview Gordon Strachan today saying he spoke because he was talking about McGinn. And apparently Bielsa said about McGinn, if he had a team full of McGinns, he would win the Premier League. And I agree with that. I think Bielsa actually needs... I think players like McGinn, although are unbelievably rated, I know we don't like him, or the Leeds fans don't like him because he injured Archie Gray or whatever he did, or I think it was Archie Gray. But there's something to be said about players that are actually technically superb, but unbelievably work the nuts off, like James Milner. I think McGinn's probably at the same level as Milner, to be fair. I don't think he'll have the longevity. But it's been about a while, hasn't it? I don't know if he'd have come through as a youngster. That's what Milner had on his side, didn't he? We're playing for us and banging goals in. Really, he did well for us, didn't he? Really early on. I mean, Milner's probably a better player than McGinn, to be fair. But if you had an 11 full of Milners, Bielsa would win the league. But I don't necessarily think other managers would. I don't, yeah, it's interesting that. Got about Formula 1, don't they? And it's all in the car and stuff. But you'd find out who the best driver was, wouldn't you, if they all had the same car? Or would you really, when I think about it with F1? Because it'd still just be, how would anybody catch anybody? Or, milliseconds won't get you anywhere, would it? It'd still all be in start, wouldn't it? Whoever started first or got to first corner in first is probably going to win the race because, gaining on somebody by a millisecond, you've got to overtake 12 cars in order to get to first if you're 13th. Why are we talking about Formula 1? Nobody will ever know. Yes, Jason Ellis, what's good, my brother? My G, should I say? We started saying my G nowadays. Badgers unite, and you know it. Smash a like for us, me all. Oh, shit, sorry, boys. Bob and Mimi. Julie, if you're here, if you're in. Apparently everything football, that fucker Texter touched regards football has turned to worthless for him. Apparently everything football that fucker Texter touched regards. Apparently everything that fucker Texter touched regards football has turned to worthless for him. Is that something I was on about all boxed up, or am I being an idiot? Or both? Both could be true. Yes, AO, appreciate you, man. Smash a like button for the JCC. We appreciate you, my G legend. Ali 200. The length of a contract does not mean anything. There's no way Haaland stays at City for 56 years like his contract says. Have you seen that fucking Real Madrid president said that they're going to sign Haaland? Man City have come out and said, like, under no circumstance would he sign for Real Madrid. But it's a bit mental for him to come out and say that, really. I mean, I don't think he will. But it'll be interesting to see, because, like, Rodri's on about going potentially to Real Madrid. He's assessing his future, isn't he? And I do think there'll be a few players that are in there, really, not Haaland necessarily. I think, to be honest, I think there's a chance Haaland will actually prefer a new manager, even though he won't want rid of Pep. Because I think you'd be a maniac to want rid of Pep if you played for him. And that's a lot of the appeal why a lot of them have gone there, isn't it? Or enjoyed so much success there. They would want to stick with him. But if we're moving on, I don't think a player like Haaland would be worried about that. He's the best number 9 in the world, isn't he, really? Or the argument's certainly there. So he's not going to be worried about a new manager coming in. He probably thinks, well, he might play more to my strengths, because I do think Haaland has more to offer than the way Guardiola plays, but Haaland can't really argue with it because he's guaranteed 30 goals a season, isn't he? With Pep at the helm, so... But I do think he'll want to get involved a little bit more. Maybe not play... I don't think a manager is going to... If it's Maresca or whatever, he's not going to come in and play on counter-attack, is he? That's not what I mean, but... there will be different, slight nuances to it for him, won't there? So... Brett says Haaland didn't leave in City unless someone offers 200 million plus. And I think, to be fair, Brett, I don't think the money... I think it'd be if he wanted to go. And it'd be 200 million plus, you're right. But... if he didn't want to go, I don't think they'd accept it either. I mean, maybe there's a level of money where you have to accept it, but I think Man City are in a position where they wouldn't accept any money for him. I don't think anybody could afford him. That's the reality. So I was surprised that Real Madrid president came out and said it. It's a bit mental. It's a toll to get the most money, this contract stuff. It certainly is, Ming. Yeah, they're all playing. It's a tool even. Yeah, same thing, though. I know what you're saying. It's... Yeah, it definitely is. Paraag seems to have a new hairdo. Could make the many hairstyles 11. You know it, BMG. There's been a few comments saying he's got a wig on and that, which is a madness, isn't it? Well, it's not. Wig it up, bitch. Don't fear not. Did you like Alioski's Peppa Pig jokes while shaking the tunnel? I can't remember his Peppa Pig jokes, Harley. Enlighten me. Only criticism of the kit is the blue. It's too dark. I quite like really dark. I like black kits, me. So I like anything black, clothing wise and human wise, but particularly clothing. I think it's mint when there's really dark colours. I kind of like the colour. I've also got to say I don't get overly fandangoed about that's actually Clem Fandango, isn't it? That's probably why that's in my head. I don't get overly Clem Fandangoed about kits anyway, though. Really, I don't really care too much. I think everybody gets a bit of a hard on about it, don't they? Which I'm up for. Not other people's hard-ons, but other people's interests, but I won't rush to the shop and be like, oh my god, it's always just going to be a yellow kit to me, or a white kit, or a blue kit, or whatever, you know. I don't know. They don't bother me too much, the kits, truth be told. He's got a pineapple on his head. Who has? Me. He's got the whole world's in his hands, Ming. Yes, Enar in the wings, my G. Appreciate Enar getting the love, Enar. Let the bitch slapping begin. Yes, Mr. Whitesnake, how you keeping, big man? Welcome. AO says, can't stop the internet crashing like a kint for the third underlap in a row. No way, man. But glad Amp's got a new contract and hopefully it will get some decent players over the summer. Take care and stay safe. We appreciate you, AO, and you know it, mate, and you know it. Get that interweb sorted, my old mucker. A brief summary of Paraag's interview is that he stepped in. He should just come in and say, look, don't make me step in and interview myself. I've done my steps this year. I don't need to step in any more than I have done. I've stepped in all the right times, all the right moments, for the right amount of time. I'll keep stepping in and on and over whenever I need. Don't worry about me. Nobody else does. Paraag, your chairman, in a bit. The NZ Warlord. Take my 75. Take my 75. Is that how much they are, Jason Ellis? Spenny, innit? Get the poll up for tonight's 11. You can add Brett's idea if you want. It's hard for me. I can only do 4 BMG at a time. The polls will only let me 4 it up. Yes, Peter White. So let's pick the 4 guys for this week's 11. Yes, Enar, spreading the love. Hull City away next year, and you know it, Harley. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm hoping my man Steve can sort me out tickets. I'd have been up for Middlesbrough as well, to be fair, but they got beat in every game they played in playoffs. Southampton less so, but Hull's a mint one, innit? Not too far. It's like perfect. It's always tough for getting to the top 8 and having 2 cup runs. We're going all the way 78 RPM in them cups this year, and nobody's telling me otherwise. I'm standing for it, and you guys have got to spread it around the rest of the internet and be like, do you remember last year when we had that cup run that nobody wanted, and then when we got into the semis, suddenly everybody wanted it? So don't let them off the hook, my boy. First bit of business, in order, Harley 200, it was get Ampadu locked down for another 15-year contract that's actually in reality 4 years, and bring back Patrick Bamford. If we got Patrick Bamford before the end of June on a 4-year contract, 100 grand a week, I think you can close the window for me, Harley. Yes, BMG. Longstaff will probably have played more if he hadn't have got injured when he did. I agree. I actually think that because he was getting into the side, and then like Farker does do. Once players come in and they perform, he doesn't just drop them willy-nilly. He lets people play while ever they're performing. Like he dropped, didn't drop Longstaff. Longstaff got injured, but he dropped. You could argue he dropped Tanaka, and then Tanaka got back in towards the end of the season. Sort of dropped Stack. I don't. It's maybe a bit harsh to say drop Stack, but Stack went through a little bit of some teething problems, I'd say, about 5 or 6 games in. But to be fair to Ampadu, in his interview, just after Paraag had stepped in and made him sign a contract, he said that he didn't think he had a great start to the season, which is interesting because I thought Ampadu's probably been the best player overall of the year. I think Stack, Calvert-Lewin, Goodmanson, and Amps have, big shouts really, and Perry. Who? Carrot Top, Longstaff. Carrot Top? Are you abusing my man, my best mate, Ming? I'd say we finish above the 3 promoted teams, plus Palace, Fulham at least, potentially Sunderland, Everton, Brentford, etc. I think Everton will be all right next year, BMG. If they actually do a bit of work, I think Moyes really does know what he's doing. I don't think it can be argued he's probably the most Premier League manager that's ever Premier Leagued. He is a Premier League manager and he knows how to be in the Premier League. With limited funds as well. It's not breathtaking football, but look at West Ham. They're in Championship now. won a fucking European title with him. Wasn't happy with his football style, got rid of him. Championship. Ole, ole, ole. I am BMG, fear not. As soon as I've got literally a moment to myself, BMG, I will be doing them, but I'll be doing them. I'm gonna do a few and then so that I can release them weekly. But I'll be in touch about it, BMG. Fear not. Hold your breath on. Whoa! Why not do a job on all those we did again? Hold on. Whoa! Why not do a job on all those we did again last season? No defeat is mere, and don't forget it. Don't forget it. All boxed up, and you know it. I'm not saying, certainly not saying I'm off to Chelsea away, because I'm hopefully going to be going to them games again, all boxed up. So I don't want to be coming away with anything less than a point, my G. Believe me. But I'm just saying the reality is, Old Trafford, Stamford Bridge, Anfield, it's not all going to go our way again this year. We beat Man U at their gaff, drew with Chelsea in a 3-3 thriller. Cole Palmer misses it last minute, doesn't he? That'd have been, heartbreak hotel, wouldn't it? Them things sort of went for us this year. There's got to be an element of luck to these results away from home as well, particularly. And like just being able to fight back and teams sort of buckling. You would imagine Chelsea are going to get a little bit stronger. You would certainly imagine Liverpool will get stronger. And if Iraola's got, if he is what he's bigged up to be, I just think it's going to be. We're not. You must agree, all boxed up. The likelihood is it's going to be difficult to beat them twice on the bounce. We've gone from not beating them in the league for 40 years or whatever, scum at Old Trafford, which is overinflated, isn't it? Because we've spent 16 years out of the league. So, neither of Hull have they. When was last time Hull beat Man United ever? Do you know what I mean? So never mind. In the last 40 years, it's like unless you're in the Premier League, it's a bit of an unfair tale. Do you know what I mean? It's just because obviously we have history, so people sort of run it up as though we've been not beating them for the past 20 years. It's like we've only played them, twice in the past 20 years. So we'll finish 10th plus, all being well, Mr. Whitesnake. I'd love it. Mint season, Mr. Whitesnake, if we're in that top 10, my old mucker. Brett, I would say with all the unrest of new managers, with all the top teams next season, it will be the perfect season to kick on. Tottenham will improve. Chelsea will improve. Liverpool will improve. Teams like Aston Villa might drop off a little bit. Brentford are going to be due a bad year. They're coming up for a bad year. Teams like Fulham, I think it might return back to normal a little bit next year, Brett, in terms of the top teams. Although you think there's a potential curveball in there, don't you? But I think really it'll be back to Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Tottenham. I think it'll probably, maybe not Tottenham, but Tottenham will be around 10th this time. I think it'll be a little bit more competitive up top. I don't think there'll be Bournemouth and Brentford pushing for Europe, really. All come together, Mr. Whitesnake. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Oh, it's too late. I didn't make 3. Jack, I'm tempted to give you a yellow card for undermining my authority, but I won't. BMG, get the 4 slapped in and we'll slap it up, my G. I'll wait for the Leeds United AFC Smiley away shirt, and you know it, War Piglet. I'm not a fan of the Smiley, and you know it. And you know it, and don't forget it. KP was very good for a couple of seasons, but was also injured quite a bit. Yeah, I got in a bit of an argument the other day about players being injury prone. Ampadu has got 82% of the vote for being better than a prime. And I said Calvin Price thing, Calvin Phillips, which I'm on board with, to be fair, but I'm all for the yellow cards, BMG. It's a man's game, this. And you know it, Joe Depp, but I think, the man's game, the yellows get kept to a minimum, don't they? You wave on play, don't you? When big tackles come flying in. You're very lenient, but BMG's an authoritarian. Yes, Mingy. Oh, yes, Jack. I'm a massive Leeds fan and 2-year member of yours. Of course, I'm now unsubbing you classless hater you. Yes, that's in reference, I think, to a comment that I got the other day saying I thought you had a bit of class. I'm unsubscribing. So I said I don't know why you thought I had any class. I don't know where that's come from, but thank you anyway. Thank you for your time on the channel. Hopefully we can win him back at some point. I agree regarding new managers. Fulham and Palace are two that might struggle a bit. Fulham are losing Wilson, who had a big season. He pulled them out of quite a lot of shit, didn't he, really, BMG? He had a mint season, and would have been interesting to see had we actually pulled him in. Because I think, in fairness, Harry Wilson had a better season than even Harry Wilson would have anticipated. So, Julie and the War Piglet with the Ampadu love bonus. Appreciate you, my love. The power couple. Appreciate you, Julie Neri. Everybody slap some love in for Julie Neri and Mr. War Piglet. One of the power couples that we have on the channel. Appreciate you, Julie. Thank you, my dear. It's very sweet here. Alan Clark, Darlow, our number one keeper for next season. We don't need another Perry to start this season. Better the devil you know sometimes, Alan Clark, and the devil of Darlow is enough, I believe. So I agree, my G. I started saying my G now. If anybody's new here, the my G thing's a joke. Or if Nikita Love can hear me next door saying my G, and I come out and she goes, "Oh, have you started saying my G?" But like, no, it's a joke. But you've got to be in on the joke in order to understand the joke. But that's why we're opening ourselves up for potential ridicule. That's the whole point. That's why I think it's funny. The idea is you go, my G, and then everybody goes, he talks like a right dick at him. It's like, well, that's the joke. So, until you know it, you don't know it. And you know it, and don't forget it. See, we're getting there with the don't forget it. And you know it. Straight red. BMG's never going off. Joe Depp, I'll rescind your yellow sin as though you kissed my ass. See, that's what I mean, BMG. If you've got your nose in trough, he'll let you off. Nose in trough, let you off. Bournemouth, Chelsea, Liverpool and City. They'll all be all right, though, won't they, Brett? Guess Joe Depp. You've got to kiss BMG's ass to get off that yellow, Ming. I think Amps, as well as loving us, appreciates he can become a real club legend here. That might not happen anywhere else. Yeah, and I don't think he'll be treated with the same respect, will he? It'll be like him starting again. And really, although I think he's a talented footballer and excellent for us, does he want to be in a position where he does go to another club already and starts again? It's like he's only been here, I know he's been here 3 years, but 2 of them were in Championship. He's only just established himself as a captain in the Premier League. Farker takes him super serious. Paraag's had to step in to get the contracts over that line. So, yeah, I think it's the right place for all. Yellow for waving an imaginary card, which I assume he did. He living in fucking living room, waggling it about all over the shop. The cards, the fake cards, not his glory, not his dong. Substituting the yellows, moving the yellows around like the cha-cha slide. Have you seen the Gabriel and Eze's penalties played to cha-cha slide? I certainly have, Steve Morrison, and it is poetic to say the very least, isn't it? It's sensational stuff. One hop this time, boom! Slide to the left, pings it out left. Slide to the right, pings it over at bar. Crisscross. Mint stuff, Steve Morrison. He's lost control. Ref's lost. That'd be the feedback after today's underlap BMG. It'd be like, ref lost control here, He lost control last night, didn't he? Dave Marwood, World Cup doesn't seem as exciting as I remember back in the 90s. There again, Gaza was playing. I'm not sure about Gaza, Dave Marwood, because I was probably a little bit on the young side to understand the Gaza pull. But I don't know. I don't feel like there's been any anticipation towards it this season. I don't. Controversially, I don't think Amps is better than 2021 KP, but he is / will be better overall. I think that's a fair statement, Steve Morrison. I think it's a bit of recency bias. I think Calvin Phillips was unbelievable for us for a couple of years, wasn't he? And in Premier were mint as well. The Bielsa era, he were pivotal, wasn't he, for us, and we missed him desperately, didn't we, when he didn't play? So, or if he didn't perform, it was the engine room, wasn't he? He ticked us over, didn't he? But Ampadu is the new man, isn't he? And I agree with you overall. I think Calvin Phillips is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he is better than him at football in general. But I totally take your point, Steve. I don't think it's controversial. I think it's pretty fair on Phillips, really, for how good he was for us. I think Amps will go on to have a better career than Phillips. I think Phillips is unfortunately done, which is a terrible thing, but I do think that is probably the case. I think there's a scenario where he can rebuild, but he's not going to end up. He's not getting signed to Man City, is he? I personally think Struick is almost as important as Ampadu to sign up. Not as an individual per se, but he's crucial as part of our back three. I think it's good to have players that have been around the club as well for as long as he has. I think it continues continuity in its very, very essence. It continues continuity. But I think they just understand the club, and you do want some senior players that aren't necessarily old. They are senior players that are coming towards the prime of their life, aren't they? They're not senior and you're thinking, well, we really need to replace them. They're senior and you're thinking, well, if we can't replace them, keep them in, the young bucks. Booga. These new diabetes tablets make my farts effing stinky. My poor missus. It's truly informative information, Joe Depp, and I'm here for it. But any semi I did have, which I always like to have during the underlap, has certainly gone fully flaccid. Definitely lost my edge there, brother. Local boy made good. Calvin Phillips has soon become Leeds' forgotten man, says Roger Slicker. Nature at beast, Roger Slicker. That's why you can't begrudge any of them leaving. A glimpse at domestic bliss, and you know it, Ming. Yeah, that stinky ass. I hope you're all right, by the way, though, on the tablets, Joe Depp. You stinky bastard. In my opinion, our defence plus Ampadu and Stack is a super solid core to build on. If we don't forget Longstaff, if we could find the next Rafinha and maybe the next Yeboah, will be awesome. I mean, if you find the next Rafinha, lightning will have struck twice. Annoyed I got a yellow just because you knobs are undermining my GBMG. The yellows, they come thick and fast. Once he releases one, they all go. Yeah, you're in the doghouse, quite literally, Joe Depp, like, with that stinky ass. Evening, Jack. Well soiled. Yes, Neil Davison. Appreciate you, my G. And you know it. Don't forget it. Cold down this end. It's a big old living room. Well, no. Come on, let's keep the pumps. Let's keep the pumpers. All yellow cards will be rescinded once the poll is decided, assuming Jack actually gets round to doing it. Put the 4 in there. Put the 4 in there, BMG. The 4 that we're going with. It needs to be within the next 8 minutes, and we've only got an hour to get the. And then, but the name should come thick and fast at that point. Well, I think they're discussing the gas that's been emitted, Mr. Whitesnake, but it's not warm over here at minute, man. Ironically, BMG, Stack, Ampadu and DCL are Leeds' backbone, but can't muscle it with Cape Verde and New Zealand in the World Cup. I'll remain silent on that, Roger Slicker. It's for the bite, innit? I've been with our last 19 years and never heard her fart, not once, not even in her sleep. Jason Ellis, that is because you fall to sleep first, I would have to argue. Ward Prowse. There is a cold wind blowing. The cold wind blows. Stay loose, stay loose. And you know it, BMG. The dark side, the dark night, the dark side at moon. At this rate, you should select the He wins it every week, the one-liners. BMG, you might have to just select the 11 here. I live in Cape Town and I've heard it's wrestling with the bed sheets like a horse. Seems like you're the only one, Jason. Stay loose on him. Do you think the Madrid president knows that City are going to get relegated on them 118 charges? Just a conspiracy, Jack. Richard Todd, it's not a bad shout, to be fair. If anybody is to know, it's going to be the big ballers like that, isn't it? Knowing that there's going to be some players for, wanting to leave. I mean, what a ram raid that'd be. You'd have to, you'd argue really. Guardiola going. Does he know? If we're going to get stuck into conspiracy here. Guardiola knows. Rodri knows. He's off to Real Madrid. Haaland knows. He's off to Real Madrid. And that's it. That's conspiracy ended. But, Bernardo Silva's already leaving. Get that conspiracy stuck online, Richard Todd. Love it. It's a fucking invasion, you bastards, Jason Ellis. You can't breathe. I don't think a man with your channel responsibilities should come out with shit like that. My guy. I know what you're saying there, Jackson. I can get on board with that. Take a kit is just a kit. Just like a cheese slice is a cheese slice. What more is there to it? Kit equals kit. Cheese slice equals cheese. Can't think of a better analogy, Harley 200. You smashed it out the park. It's a home run. Love to see it, Harley. Pineapple on his head was the Forest player who said it fucked him up. He did look like he had a pineapple on his head, though. Jason Lee, I'm lost. I'm unaware of this. I don't think a man with your disciplinary record should come out with comments like that. You stay loose, boys. Stay loose. Striker! If you think all cheeses are equal, then you don't know shit about kits either. I enjoyed the analogy. I think Harley brings the pain, 78. Cheesegate. Well, have we had a Cheesegate? American cheese does not equal cheese, says Joe Depp. And, one thing I know about Joe Depp, the Jepper, he'll mean that. He'll be serious about that. Jason Lee got the piss taken out of him by Skinner and Badil on Fantasy Football. Badil eventually did an interview with him and gave a half-arsed apology. Right, I've got you. Very good show, Badil and Skinner. Badil gets my tits a little bit, but I think Frank Skinner's probably one of my favourite funny people. I've had a better look at the new kit, and the navy trim will match the last few tracky tops. Yes, Luke. I like that they're doing all dark badges as well, aren't they? And I like the dark badges. I truly do. All men are born equal, but some are born more equal than others. Love it, War Piglet. Cheesy top. I don't think Ampadu was bad at the start of the season, but he's definitely got better as it's gone on. He's been massive in the last couple of months. He certainly has, BMG. I don't know why. I think he's just obviously super critical of himself. There was probably a few things he probably didn't feel like he was competing at that level. There's probably a little bit of inferiority complex going through a few of them as well, where they're a little bit nervous. And then, because Longstaff said that right, my best mate said that right at the start of the season, where he was having to tell the players that they're better than they think they are. So I do think he's come from a big club, or not a big club like Newcastle. I mean, they are a big club, but you know what I mean, like a successful side. I know they had a bit of a poor season this year, but Longstaff's played with some top players, hasn't he? And then he's come there and been like, look, lads, and then he ended up struggling to get inside. But like, you're better than we're good. We're all right. We're going to be all right here. Which is why you need them. If we got a couple more Premier League players, honestly, and I mean like players that have played in the Premier League last year, I'm so up for it. And then, then you can get your wild card. You can get you another Okafor, can't you, from wherever the fuck you want. Take a bit of a risk on someone. Some men are longer than others. Your mum been telling stories about me again. Brett, you're more than welcome to have a pop at the champ. Everton will be all right next season, but it needs better than all right to be above Dr. Farker's Super Leeds. And it's 78 RPM. Dr. Farker and the medics will be bang at it. Bring in some spice and you know it. Not been on this channel for a while. Can Leeds fans tell me how is Joe? Hope he's doing okay and getting better from a Norwich City fan. Yes, Nigel Krask, appreciate you, man. Joe's all right, mate. Yeah, I think he's 6 months sober or something. I think he is. I believe that has intentions to come back, so you won't have to watch me in order to find out how he is. He will tell you himself. BMG, Arsenal is the only team left that we've not beaten in the Prem since we went up under Bielsa. Arsenal is the only team left that we've not beaten in the Prem since we went up under Bielsa. That is interesting, BMG. I think Arsenal will buckle next year. I don't think anti-football will work 2 seasons on bounce. It's Man City's fault that it worked this year because they did enough to be in a position and then they bottled it. They didn't bottle it. It's too harsh to say they bottled it. They've won too much to say they bottled it, but they let them off the hook. It's that age-old question, isn't it? Would you rather have it long and thin, or thick and short, stodgy? BMG, I don't want to do the poll unless you've said you might have committed to which 11 it is. I'm hoping you've committed to which 11 it is, BMG. If you haven't, do so now. Because I normally do the 4 immediately, but you said you'd let someone else in. So now I'm panicking. It's brilliant. You're such a character, and his sense of humour is right up there with the best. Daniel Farker has done so well last season. Hopefully you finish next season top 6. Appreciate you, Nigel Krask. I'm sure you will be a Farker fan. Because the Norwichers tend to certainly have an affinity towards my manager, so I appreciate you. Open question, is there any Championship player that you'd sign other than Hackney? I don't want to be fishing around in the Championship, BMG. I think it's a pretty big risk. I don't know the Championship at all, so I wouldn't like to say. I wouldn't like to pick a player that, you know. As soon as we got out of the Championship, I solemnly vowed to not watch another game. So, Championship football does not interest me. I do not pretend to be a connoisseur of all things football. I watch the highest level football, and then more so as I get older, I just watch Leeds. I watch every single Leeds game. Do not miss a Leeds game, and I watch all the big games, all the exciting games, all the alleged big team games, but I'm not a connoisseur of football. I know what I'm looking at, I believe. I know when I see something, I know what I think I'm looking at. But me dipping into Championship from last season would be a waste of time. But I don't want us to be shopping there. There will be, obviously, you know. But any team that hasn't come up genuinely in that last season in the Championship, for me, would be a pretty big risk. I think we're better off with the Longstaffs of the world. We're better off with them signings that everybody, you know, poo-poos and then goes, oh, well, that's just a solid signing. We want a couple of solid signings, and then we want a couple of flash ones, don't we? That's what I believe we need to do. I do think there will, though, Ming. I actually think the Zerbi's all right, so I think that he'll sort them out. I'm not saying to top 6, but I do think he'll sort them out. Yes, Graham Smith, how you doing, Jack? Looking forward to mid-table next season with 3 or 4 quality signings. Keep up the good work, buddy. Ampadu, do. Plays in yellow, white and blue. Ampadu, do. He hits scum like me and you. Appreciate you, Graham Smith. Certainly we'll bring the quick ship vids back as well, because it's not been enough. Appreciate you. If we can start with this core next season, do you think Dr. Farker's Leeds will start slowly again? Excellent question, War Piglet. No. I would go against his grain here. I think he's with the slow starts. I'm unsure about his Norwich career. Whether or not they sort of, I know they came into form. I know that it's a Dr. Farker thing, isn't it, where you finish the season strong. But no, I think I'm unsure. As I say, year to year. I mean, did he come straight into Norwich and get them promoted? I believe he did. It was his first season when he got them promoted, did he? But regardless of that, if that is to be true about the slow starts, I do think he's in a position now. I don't think he's going to change much in terms of how we play or what we do. I don't think there's any need. And I think there's 2 or 3 different ways of us playing, even though people don't believe that to be true. I do think he switches it up enough. So it's a very interesting question, to be fair, War Piglet. Very well done, sir. Enjoyed that. My answer is no, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we hit the ground flying. I think the first game of the season is just so important. When Everton got us off to a real good start, didn't it? Last minute 3 points. It's like, that's the shit you need, and I do think you've got to get off to a good start, even though we still started relatively slowly, or not look shaky, but we just look like we're just going to compete. Good question, War Piglet. Would have taken Zian, says Jason Ellis. Right, I'm out of here. Thank you to all who sent messages, etc. You are appreciated. Got a long way to go, but heading in the right direction. Take care. Much love. Appreciate you, Mr. Whitesnake. You're a legend in the scene, mate. We all love you, mate. The West Coast Warlord. Or the New Zealand Warlord, sorry. It's War Piglet's the West Coast Warlord. You know it. Frequently changed S. This is the 4. I'm going to skip to the end to see if have we. So somebody's put Drinkwater, Lamb Shank, Bournemouth, Lewis Cook, Terry Chocolate, Orange Venables. So I think there's a Bob Broccoli, Patrick Berger. Have you made the decision? Have we gone food? Right, I'm going to say we've gone food, and if we haven't, I'm deciding food, because there's been some food in there. So BMG, get the fooders in there. New Zealand Warlord. Yeah, banana. Then is my one. Have a great night, peeps. Yeah, banana. Then is my one. Anyone who thinks Jack has class has not seen the underlap. We badgers are as classless society. I'm proud, and you know it's 78 RPM. Don't forget it. We're getting don't forget it in there. We're doing it. 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 We've gone food. We've gone food, BMG, and you know it. Texter, you said everything was worth summit. Got Palace demoted at Conference League. Withdrew his interest. His multi-club involvement crashed. Texter, though. What do you mean? Goal celebration 11 next week's a nice shout, Joe Depp. Is that the Gadget? Is he the chairman? The guy that fucked up, is that his name or something? Texter. I thought you meant like Texter, like some chronic texter. I actually thought you meant somebody that I've made a couple of jokes about of late, the chronic texter. Livermore's got to be a good one. And you're covering both grounds there, Ming. Palace being relegated to the conference was a good thing. They won the competition and now get Europa next season. That's 2 seasons of Europe instead of 1. So you now saying Texter, you know, is it was all part of the game plan. I'm gonna put War Piglet, now that we know what the poll is, I'm gonna put War Piglet's question in here. Do you think with our call, Farker's team will still start slow next season? Courtesy of the West Coast Warlord Piglet. Pat Rice, good stuff. Joe Depp. I need to think of food. Think of food. Think of food. I think the same applies to Struick about being a potential LUFC legend. He's not ready for a massive move yet, but another 2 great years for us, and he could be. He has to sign a new contract, surely. This is it as well, BMG. So depending on how on our trajectory, if we keep moving, there may very well be no need for these players to move on. They sort of grow with you, don't they? As long as we continue to grow, you know, we're not going to lose these players. And these players are, I think sometimes, you know, much like, you know, an 18-year-old just wants to move on and bang a new bitch. It's not necessarily, it might feel good at the time, but the new bitch might not be like the old bitch. So you want to stay loose, really, and keep as many, you know, have a few bitches on your roster. And players like Pascal, players like Ampadu, players like Bogle, Goodmanson might be the type that wants to move. Stack might want to move. Calvert-Lewin you could probably keep hold of, providing we keep progressing. Okafor, if some foreign club came in, I think he'd want to go. Or if some big, massive team came in, but I doubt that again. That's why I think, you know, my best mate Longstaff, I've got to say about it in every speech now, just for a bit of a laugh. But do you know what I mean? So there's some worth in keeping these players that aren't as long as we keep growing. You know, like when we had Ferdinand and stuff, and obviously Ferdinand does my absolute tits in. But he was always going to like a top club. That's what he always wanted, even though we was on that trajectory to be a top club. And we sold him because we made loads of money out of him. So I'm not this into Ferdinand talk, but I just mean like with Amps and that. It's like if we can promise him within 2 years, we sort of like, how much better will Villa be than us in 2 years? Villa are brilliant this year. They won't be in the top 4 next season, in my opinion. So, where are they going to be? You know, look at Newcastle this year. Newcastle players are probably looking at a bit of a grumble, aren't they? Whereas Joe Linton, I don't think he'd ever have any anticipation of leaving Newcastle necessarily. Bruno Guimaraes, even though he's a captain, would. Isak did. I mean, Isak was, you know, again, he gets the big move to the champions, and I know then he was shit and they were shit. Do you know what I mean? There's an intricacy about keeping... It's not always out with the old, in with the new. You got to keep them bitches on your roster. Yes, War Piglet, appreciate you, brother. We've got 43 likes, but we know we're on that rotisserie. I forgot about the rotisserie. The rotisserie. We appreciate you, West Coast Warlord. Yes, Dazzler 15. Hey up, Jack. How's the badger, big fellow? Can we please host the Cockwombles at home first game of the new season? Give it to them early doors. Geet up, Dazzler 15. Any bounce, any manager bounce that they've got going into next season. Swivel on that. Sit on this. I think Struick is probably our longest serving player now, isn't he? I'm going to attempt to Google this and hope that my feed doesn't go down. I think so. Let me have a little wander in the mind. It'd have to be. Who is Leeds United's longest current serving player? It'd have to be. There's nobody even in the backlog, is there? Pascal Struick is the longest serving current player. Oh, fucking hell. Forgot about Mez there. Meslier, January 2020. Pascal, December 2019. So that is close. But yeah, that's what we're saying, BMG, and you know it. Richard Carpenter. Fulham. Is that food, though? Or are you on about dick? Are you eating dick again, Ming? Keep it straight. On the straight and narrow, Jason Ellis, and you know it. I put the fucking 4 options up right at the start. We'll have to fuck off the poll and go for food-related names. Hey! I'm just a Lukey guy, remember? Apologies, BMG. I thought you said, but we'll allow it. You've got to know how far behind I get on these comments, BMG, by now. If you don't know by now, you never knew. Apologies, brother. We won't fuck around next week. We'll be straight in. City 5-2 for the league next season. Good bet if you ask me. Not that anyone does. Ming, what do you think's a good bet for next year? In terms of winning league, who would you go for? Or what? Not who would you go for, but who would you think's a good pick for next season in league, if like odds wise and stuff like that? Food related, Luke. Don't get me in even more trouble. Yeah, banana, whoever he is. Yeah, banana. Yeah, Torre. We had a Yeboah replacement in Peru, but OBS has shagged Dr. Farker's missus. OBS, am I having a fucking... Who's OBS, Joe Depp? Am I having a mental breakdown? Peru's been your day, daughters, your debt. That's all I will say. Steph Hooton for food related. I would eat that. Get up, Brett. No mercy, no merte, no step back. Appreciate it. You've got to get in for that. There's got to be some food. Like Alicia Lehman. That's food, isn't it? That's a snack at least. Put him in, BMG. I don't know who Banana is, but I'll take him. Yeah, Banana. That shithouse Declan Rice. Yes, Luke. Unfortunately. Good shout. You're desperate for these odds, Brett. I'm loving it, mate. Jake Livermore, you said Jake Livermore's got to go in. Curry Livermore. Lamb the German. I do fancy a bit of lamb, but I don't know what Nikita loves rustling up, really. I'm hoping she's got me something sorted come 10 PM. Let me tell you. Tony Curry's in. Declan Rice is in. Pike from West Ham, I think. Pike. Oh, Pike's food, isn't it? Who is Lamb? Philip Lamb. If so, good shout. Philip Lamb's. That's sneaky as well. Frank LeBoeuf. Do I not know what food is? Is LeBoeuf, is that food? Tommy Tomato. Stay loose, me. You're gonna get booked here. Don't want cock or cunts. Which would you rather have? %53% have said no, that Farker's team will not start slow next season. 47% say yes. In their prime, who would you rather spend the night with? Cock or cunts? The risky poll might get me taken down, but they are also two footballers, so I'll be able to dispute it. Jeff Pike, yes, although I'm not sure I'd eat pike. Is pike something that's in the river? Fish? It's Patrick Berger's knocking it out of the park for me there, BMG. Bob Broccoli. I don't know whether I'm being had on here. Jayden Bogle had a well-soiled season to say his proper position is right back. Love the little Jack Russell. Soiled. Average. I think Jayden Bogle's brilliant, to be fair. And this idea that he'd get chopped up as a defender came to be a lot of trash, didn't it? Because he didn't, did he? So he didn't get embarrassed. I can't remember him getting embarrassed. I can't remember him getting embarrassed once. Try to think of any time. Were it Jack Clark that had him on toast a little bit? Were it Jack Clark a couple of years ago? And then there were that blonde lad who were at Plymouth or something. That he had him on toast a little bit, but other than that, Bogle's not been ripped up. I think James Justin's a massive addition in there as well. To be fair, I think them two really work well together because I think they know the roles together, and they're both basically right backs out. So I think they guide each other through it. And James Justin's got loads of energy. Bogle's got loads of it. I think it's a brilliant little partnership. Danny Drinkwater, good shout, Luke. Love it. Where there's cock or cunts, depending on your appetite. This is it, Jason Ellis, and we will find out in the poll what people prefer. Ian Hart, my ma used to make braised hearts, and they were mint. Ian Hart's a mint shout, BMG. I've also had chicken heart at Fazenda. We go to Fazenda every year for my birthday. Me and Nikita love, and hopefully members of the family if available. It was a good turnout this year. And we went, to be fair, Nikita's not much of a meat eater. Unless it's on the cock side of things. But we went for hers, and there was chicken hearts floating about, and even Nikita Love smashed a chicken heart down, which was a real proud moment for me in that moment. I knew in that moment we're onto it, we're onto something. It took me 5 years or something, and then all the love and compassion shown over the years, but she ate that chicken out, and I thought, she could be the one, fellas. I think that works as food. Barry venison. Venison, I do actually know to be food, BMG. I'm not sure I've ever had venison, but minty. I like that, Jason. I like that. Terry's chocolate orange Venables, I think. I don't know if BMG will allow that, but I'm here for it. Mintez got a bit goal at night for me there, I think, BMG. I'm glad he's got in. Because I think that's goal at night. Could be goal at the season. I enjoyed it. Andy Cole, women chew coal due to pregnancy cravings. And you cook with coal, don't you? Or you can. And I will be doing. I might organise a big barbecue, boys. Let's get a fucking barbecue going. Let's have like a Hyde Park barbecue. All just come down. Bring your own booze. Bring your own food. Cherry in the wine. War Piglet. Malcolm McDonald's. This is actually quite hard, this food 11. You did pick it, BMG. I can't think of any food. I'm going to nick whoever said Ian Hart. I'm just going to go with Hartson. She's a bit of a cheat code, but... War Piglet getting the love. Lawrence Shankland, as in ham shank. Or any shank, to be fair, but that's a good shout. You got the lamb shank, can't you? I mean, I'd go lamb shank over ham shank, but whatever floats your boat, Brett. Does Lewis Cook count? I think if we're struggling, BMG, I think we should allow food related. Michael Owen, Michael Oven, or Oven Hargreaves, or anything food related at that point. Luke's said Bournemouth. I'm not sure as to why. It could be something I was saying at the time. So I remember talking about teams maybe, but Luke, you know me. If you don't know him by now, you never knew. Lamb shank all day, Jep Depp. Joe Depp's had about 4 different names today. I've called him Jep Depp. Jdepp. Your Majesty. Bit tedious, but I'll try Ian Botham for 1-0. I don't think I know what food is, boys. Is KFC? Is anybody with a KFC? Kevin Phillips. Starts with a P. There's got to be like some abbreviations we can do, like Burger King, you know, like BK. If we have to open it up to that, get like BK in there. There's got to be a BK. KFC. That's too many. It's too many letters in that abbreviation to. Or like, but you know, there's got to be like a Kentucky. There's got to be an American Western Mackenzie that's called Kentucky. Or I mean, it's a place, but we've got to widen his horizons here. I'd go. Danny Drinkwater's been said, BMG. Danny Drinkwater gets in. I mean, it's not food, but that's why we've got to go. That's what I mean, Luke. I'm on board with that. Food related. It's food related. You got to cook it. I'm still in with fucking Michael Owens, as in just because it's nearly an oven. Both of them know what were you thinking. I don't know what the both of them's about, to be fair. Leeds have requested the first game of the season to be away, says Rich Walker, transfer specialist. I'm not sure you can request that, Rich Walker, but nonetheless, appreciate you. Careful with the dissent. BMG's not having none of it. Send it to VAR. I'm happy for any food-related things to come in. He used to play football, BMG, and his nickname was Beefy. To be fair, again, Jason Ellis. Okay, we'll have Beefy both of them after an appeal. I'm up for that. Again, Jason Ellis thinking outside at box. Played for Scunny. Fucking fuck knows what's going on here. Kevin Lasagna. Do you say lasagna or lasagna? Let me check this poll here. We've got a poll going on. Luckily, 77%. I mean, there's only been 13 votes. So I think a few are reluctant to vote on this, which is... Your votes remain anonymous, guys. So if you cock over cunts, don't worry about it. Just get your vote in there. Both of them was like that FA Cup tie that got replayed. Arsenal versus Sheffield United, I think. Mark Fish. Those scum... Mark Fish is a good one, Matt Ming. Nacho Monreal. Is that his actual first name? There's a few Nachos, isn't there? I'm having a fucking head fart here. Mark Fish is a great shout. There's a few Nachos, isn't there? Was that Jesus guy called Nacho? Oh no, it was Navas. Jesus Navas on it. Yeah, Jesus Navas. What's that shit cunt that plays for Man United, that plays for Chelsea, that plays for Dortmund, that played for Man City? Oh no, it's Jadon Sancho. I'm losing my fucking marbles here. With Struick, it's all down to him. If he don't sign, he has to go. We can't linger and get caught out like we did with Mez. You do need to lock him down, to be fair. Peter Haddock, excellent. I agree, it's sign or be sold for Pascal. I really hope he signs. I do think he will. Where's he going to go, really? David Beckham is a banger there, Alan Clark. Sensational stuff. Karl Heinz Rummenigge. Fucking hell. Pronunciation out the park, but there's also the other Heinz, isn't there? Heinzer that used to play for Scum. What were he called? Gabriel Heinzer. So I've nicked one off you a bit there, War Piglet, but it doesn't have the It didn't have the connotations that I've accidentally fucked up. Shout of the night, I'd say, for Luke Haddock. It's a great one. There's also... bollocks, I fucked it up again. More Salad. I think you might be on for a book in there, Luke, but I like it. Gary Monk, Fish. I'm up for it. Silent Fish. Monkfish. It's cheeky, but I like it. Beckham, Ham. All in there, mate. No Newcastle talk in this dojo. I appreciate you, Brett. I knew when I said it, I thought, whoops a daisy, I've just sort of accidentally said that Newcastle are a big club. Stan Collymore, worth a shout. Collie as in cauliflower, like get a bit of collie down you. We're struggling salty. I think Monk's all about it. Samuel Pizza. Sam Byron. I think we've had venison, haven't we? Collymore, I'll try to think, is it like cauliflower or collie? Venison's in. Wasn't there a play called Macaroni? I don't think he was called Macaroni, but are you on about the guy that played for... Did he play for Middlesbrough or something at one point? Because everybody used to thought he was called Macaroni, didn't he? Billy the Fish from Viz. Leeds are 500 to 1, what, to win league? If they're 500 to 1, I think we should all slap a fiver on it. What would you get for a fiver? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2,500. And your fiver back. 2,505. Mez is officially not a Leeds player. Is it? It will have ended, won't it? Joe Depp never thought, really, to be fair, yeah. Be interested to see what he does, really, won't it? Jason, sorry, I would love to give that, but cleared off the line. Dean Gherkin. I never know if I'm being had on here, but there is a Gherkin, isn't there? Sunderland 750 to 1. So are you saying Leeds have got more chance in the betting orders, Brett? I can't think of a single. What about Lager Ramazani? Lager Ramazani. Lager. It's in there, isn't it? Lager. There's got to be like a bitter, or like, you know, Alan Smith. That's a. You know, is there a John Smith? Has there ever been a John Smith played? You know, there's got to be a Tetley, isn't there, somewhere? Food for thought. Should be the name of the squad. I feel like there's a gherkin, but mainly on my burger. Wasn't there a Wolves player called George Berry? I'll Google it. Gets dangerous when I start Googling stuff on the feed, but George Berry, a football player. George Frederick Berry was a Welsh former professional footballer, iconic defender who played from 1976 to 1995 for Wolverhampton. Knocked it out of the park, BMG. What did Ming say? Something Gherkin. Dean Gherkin. Was Dean Gherkin a football player? It's spelled Gherkin, like Gerken. He was a keeper, yes indeed. Played for Bath and Bristol City. No, sorry, he's a goalkeeping coach for them. But he did play professional football. It's not spelt right, but it is a bell to that. He's a goalie, yes, Ming. Le boeuf is French for beef, understood. When I next go to France, which will be never, unless we make European football and I can afford to go over for one game and it ends up being in France, because I don't like France. Don't want to go back, but Nikita Love does like it, so I'll probably end up going back. I just won't tell you lads the truth. I'll just tell you that I went to Spain or something. I'll always tell you boys the truth. I'm only kidding. I joke, I kid, I kid. I'll be certain to go, can I have a fucking massive bit of Le boeuf, mate? Is it alright if I have a big fucking joint of Le boeuf, pal? Did my lamb go in the oven, BMG? It did, Ming. Thank you very much. Steve Bull. Bull. I mean, they said a bull's a pig then, but there's got to be like a war piglet in there somewhere. There's got to be like, you know, similar to ham, Beck ham. There's got to be more pig, hasn't there? You know, there's a bit like, you know, something bacon. Leeds to win the league and heard it here first. Well soiled. Love it, Neil Davison, and you know it. Don't forget it. Bull is very creative. I'll give it man of the match performance so far. Loving it. I like cunts, but not ones that used to be a cock. Yes, indeed. Can confirm that we're on 80% cunts. Cunts. I'll close it at that. Martin Pringle. Liam Miller. Miller the Gauge. Oh, I thought you meant Miller as in the slush. Yeah, that was the blonde lad, wasn't it? Yeah, he did. Gary Hampson. We've had Barry Venison, Roger Slicker, but welcome back. We've just had Martin Pringle as well, yeah. Jason Bagel. Jaden Bagel. Well, it's not Terry's, it's mine. You never know with Peter White. He likes to throw a few curveballs in, doesn't he? Peter Haddock, CB, welcome. Terry Vegetables, I love it. Kevin Lasagna, I sort of know what you're saying with that, but I know it's not actually. Oh my god, it is. Yeah, it's legit. Kevin Lasagna, 33 years old, striker in Serie B, Padova. Kevin Lasagna, and it's fucking spelt. That is man of the match performance. Bill Shankly, I love CB. I'm not sure if BMG will allow that, but on the Shank stuff, I'm in for it. Frankie Bunn, BMG, are we on Google here now, BMG? I'm enjoying this now. Pat Rice, we had Roger Slick. Shankly's in, I'm glad to see. Ray Clemens. Alan Clark, I think. I'm loving it. I'm loving the Clemens. I'd let that slide. War Piglet, that was late, and Stud showing yellow. I mean, the vegetables. Pat Rice we've had, yes, indeed. Jason Love loving the... Jason Love? Jason Love's the porn star, isn't he? Fucking hell. Peter Stilton. I'm loving where this has gone, by the way. Clements is a yellow card. Colonel Saunders. There's a Saunders, though, isn't there? But I mean, that is a stretch, isn't it? You know, into Colonel Saunders, but... What about Ronald Koeman for the Ronald McDonald for the burgers, at the beast of the burgers? It's in. CB, it's in. Peter Stilton, loved it. Oh, Nana. I like that, Jason Ellis. Lasagna's got to go. Lasagna's in. Oh, Nanas. That is wordplay as well, Jason Ellis. That's goal at night potential. You've had a couple tonight, Jason Ellis, that I've enjoyed. Onana's a top shout. Take it easy, Brett. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, my G. Onana's got to go in. It's top stuff. Brett getting the love he deserves. Alan Lamb, because he must have at least once in his life kicked a football. I don't know who Alan Lamb is, but I want to know who he is. Garnacho, now that's where I'm living. I knew there were a weasel somewhere with a nacho. Michael Tung. Malcolm, I love it. I did mean Jesus Navas, yeah. That's where I think I would try to find Garnacho, but I'm sure there's someone that played for Man City with who were that centre forward that signed for him and he got about 18 goals, wasn't he, a Nacho? He got about 18 goals, but it was all off at bench. It was when they had like Dzeko, Balotelli, they had loads of them. And he actually got loads of goals, but they just got rid of him or he wanted to leave because I've spoke about him before and I can never fucking... I can never remember the bastard's name. But he got... How would I find that out? Does anybody know? He got quite a few goals. I was surprised that they let him go. Sure he were a Nacho. Is there a Man City striker called Nacho? I mean, there's Nacho, isn't there? That's a Nacho. That's just popped. There's a Nacho Fernandez, but that's not who I meant. Nacho Fernandez. I knew there were there's. I mean, that's Nacho, innit? Nacho Fernandez, but I'm now cheating, so I disagree with the googling hype. But I've fucking every time. Name me the strikers that played for Man City. I don't know if it was Hughes or Mancini. I'm going to try it in Mancini era. Balotelli, Roca Santa Cruz, Joe, Adebayor, Aguero, Dzeko, Tevez. No, it's none of them. So it must have been Hughes. Tevez, Adebayor, Bellamy, Muari, I don't know who he is, Bogdanovic. Caseda. Who was that fucking guy? Oh, it might have been Pellegrini era. In fact, I think it was Pellegrini. I don't know why I'm so bothered about it. I'm sure he's a... Oh, it's bastard. Alvaro Negredo. Bastard. Yeah, it don't work. But I ended up with killing in Iheanacho, so I got there somehow, somewhere. Alan Lamb and Ian Botham toured and came to Ellen Road as a bit of lamb and beef. You know it. Joe Hart in Net War Piglets, good shout. David Batty. I mean, BMG, you've been handing them yellow cards out, and that's a risque one for me, but I'll take it. Wherever Batty can get in, the better. Gabriel Hines is in, thank the Lord. Got one in. Frank Bunn. Peter White, love it. Mo Salah is a card, understood. Oh, we've got Bunn, haven't we yet? Joe Hart I'll take. Paul Hart, I don't know who Paul Hart is, to be fair. We've got a few Harts, haven't we? Arthur, out of date sausages, and you know it, Ming. Ravioli went to Borough. That's who I'm on about. He had like white hair, didn't he? We need a manager, BMG. How about That's fucking blown my mind, Luke. Varberg balls. Kevin Bird. You don't eat birds, though, do you, Roger Slicker? Here we go. He's gonna come for me now. It's crazy, Jack. Leeds 11-2 to go down. Sunderland 2-1. So you put £2 on, you get 11 quid. Does that mean we're not likely to go down? But 2-1, does that mean you put £1 on Sunderland, you get 2? Who's more likely? Neither of us are going down. We've got Martin Pringle, Peter White. You might be on for a booking there, but I like it. But Nigel Martini, Abel Tamata. Early to rise, Joe Depp. Appreciate you. Keep them farts to a minimum for your lass, Joe Depp. We appreciate you, brother. But do you know, try to take yourself to the toilet or to a well ventilated spot, or you know, even pop outside. But just don't walk in too quickly, because you end up bringing it in with a gust of fresh air, which is even then worse. You booked. BMG's lost it. Dean Gherkin is given and a contender for shout of the night. Joe Depp getting the love he rightly deserves. The official bot, the official scoreboard sponsor, you know it. Gary Fettuccini. Burgers in, I think. Oliver Omelette. Cheese and Ampadu. Actually sounds like it. If you were to do like, you know, when round ground, when they'll do like certain burgers and that, I feel like there'd be a cheese and Ampadu. Do you know what I mean? Where you go, can I have the cheese and Ampadu burger, please? I'm up for it, Jason Ellis. I thought you were going to say good night's wank there, BMG. Peter Baconsani. Danny Bacon. I knew there'd be a few Bacons getting thrown about. 1990 Liverpool top flight champs. Leeds promoted as champs. 1991 Arsenal champs. 1992 Leeds champs. 2025 Leeds. Liverpool again. 2026-27 Leeds. I had a tenner on history repeating itself. History has a habit of repeating itself 78 RPM, and you know it, and don't forget it. So let's have it. MVG, the one you really miss when not here. Bonus. Appreciate you, Ming, for the super chat. You're a ledge, mate. Truly. MVG's sorely missed. Drop him a line. Tamer Tuna, I wouldn't lie to you. Tamer Tuna, football player. Tamer Tuna, Turkish footballer, 34 years old, forward. Goal of the night. Charlton Athletic Academy. Hastings United. That's gotta be a Google job, that though, BMG. Surely to God. And you know it, Luke. Evening, Jack lad. Yes, Nipper 725. What's good, man? Just watched Paraag interview. It's exciting. Yes, indeed, Nipper. I've only watched a clip of it in talking about Ampadu because it came up on Twitter. But I will be watching it in full. I want to watch him fully stepping in. I hope the interview goes, because I've seen he's sat down. So I'm hoping he's stood up and he goes, the seat's like that, and he goes, and steps into it, to be honest. That's what I'm hoping. Basil Boyle, Basil the Herb. Basil as well, that played for Liverpool. Right, oh, it's Babel. Michael Dewberry. Bury, yeah, and you nearly got me there, Ena. You're in there, it's top stuff. Nigel Pepper, CB, if that's really smashed it out of park. Drinkwater's in, I think, Roger Slick. Dewberry's in, LUFC 2, and we need them LUFC players in, BMG, and you know it. Nah. Joe Waters, good shout again, CB. Turnip manager. Watford and England. Turnip. All I'm getting here is I've put Turnip manager and Graham Taylor's come up, which is a real shame because I like Graham Taylor. Eric Etty beer, German international, and don't say beer ain't food when you've allowed water. Beer got to go in there. I think there'll be a few, you know, like Adam Forshaw. There's got to be some. There's a Foster. I know there's a Foster. Ian Acho's got to be in. I'm up for it. There's got to be a Foster. There's a few Forsters, isn't there? There's got to be a Foster. Maybe not Carlin. Does fucking just because he eats spaghetti and drinks Moretti does Nonto count? Waters is in. Stu Dallas. Jason for some creativity in there. Paul Mintz, I think we're taking the piss there, to be fair. Take Stewie. I think that's excellent. Stewie's in. Good shout. Rod Fanny. We're getting the Fanny in. Ravanelli, not ravioli. It's all the same stuff, Jason Ellis. Were we Ravanelli or ravioli? Ravanelli, wasn't he? But everybody thought it was called ravioli, so. Paul Hart is ex-Leeds LUFC centre-back and was key in the youth development for us, I think. Suck it up. Rabbit Savage. Sneaky. You're going to get done for that. Kenny Burns wasn't a great cook by all accounts. Yeets up. Stu Dallas is a game changer. Smashed it out of the park with Stu Dallas. There's got to be there's loads of Stews, isn't there, to be fair? And then Stew's good. Oh, fucking mouse has gone again. I have had these batteries about 10 fucking years, to be fair. I've been extremely lucky with these rechargeables. Down it, but I'm pointing. Does it point in work? Oh, I can point. That's where the rechargeables are. It's well hard to do it in mirror. In mirror when you've had a few beers. It's like if I tried to like. No, I can touch my head. What am I doing? What am I doing? Poor lad. Rod Franny. French geezer. A Rod Fanny's like a double whammy as well, isn't it, Ming? And that rhymes as well, which is even better. Cheeseman is a name. But has there ever been a player called that? Cheeseman. They are it. Cheeseman. Football player. There's got to be a football player called Cheeseman. Cameron Cheeseman is an American football player, which does not fit the criteria. Frustrating when you've got to put fucking English football. Ernie Cheeseman, centre back. Played in youth career at Millwall, ended up at Corinthian. Previous clubs, Chatham Town. He's in. He's in BMG. Stuart Pearce, love it, Alan Clark. Oh, Stuart's going to come out at woodwork here now. Appreciate it. Yes. $200 for the God tier jersey because of tariffs. I'll be on OnlyFans tonight. Sly 2.0, if you would send me a link to your OnlyFans, I'm happy to donate. I love that side of the world. Alan Good, try but wrong spelling. I'll take Ray Stewart though. There's loads of stews. Kevin Hurd, Leeds player of Hurd, or a herd of cattle, dished up on a plate. BMG's let him in. He's in. Neil Parsley. They were getting towards them herbal remedies now. Mbappe, soup, Luke, I fear you might be in spot of bother. But I love it. Yes, JB Leeds, what's good, big man? Yes, Jack, we need big players next season. No messing about. Archie Gray's a rat. Reason he had 4 years left on his contract but still chose to leave, but apparently he didn't want to go. Wobber is a rat. JB Leeds on flames there. Appreciate you, my lad. Not that you're my lad, but you're one of the day daughters, JB Leeds. We appreciate you, brother. And you don't get butthurt when we disagree about something. Wobber's still living in there rent free. To be honest, I'm up for a bit of just somebody having a go at Archie Gray, because I get a bit fed up with like players that don't play for the club just getting the absolute balls licked like a fucking cat or a dog, just licking themselves. So I'll take it. I don't know if he's a rat, but I don't think any of them are rats. I don't think anyone gives a shit about all other than the self. But I'm here for it. Welcome, JB Leeds. Yes, Ian Jackson, what's good, my lad, my G. Frank DeBoer. Love it. Peter White, sensational stuff. And Mbappe, we're scraping the barrel here, but VAR. I'm happy just on pure creativity there. And Luke has come up with some belters, to be fair. De Boer's in. De Boer's a good shout. Yeet up, Jay Darnborough. What's good, my lad? You all right? Started saying my lad now. Need to get back to my G, don't I? Oliver Beeroff. Why not, says BMG. The jackpot. Yeet up, JB. Appreciate you, brother. De Boer, also Professions 11. Sisboa means farmer in Afrikaans. Yeet up. That time of the night, baby. We could have Freddie Potts. Potts. What, just as in... you put food in a pot. What about Matteo Cantalupi? As in all boxed up. Wild card. BMG's letting them all in now. Fuck it, I'm up for that. Cantaloupe. Is that word for a start or something? Finally got alive. Why am I not getting notifications? Missing out hard. JB Leeds, appreciate you, man. 8 o'clock every Thursday. Without fail, JB. All the other ones are random. But Thursday nights, I would say, over the past 4 or 5 months, I think I've missed about 2 of my Thursday nights. And and you know it, and the boys in here will know it. Me, mate. Mario Cantalupi, just to absolutely make it. Brian O'Clair. O'Clair. And you know it, Luke. We're making sure Nikita Love's got night off for the next meet-up. Ernie Cheeseman is in then. Cheeseman knocked it out Park. Brian Kidd Squid. I'll take a booking for that one. Yeah, if we're going on rhyming slang, we're bang up against it out with CV. Thomas Muller, the yogurt master. Is that a yogurt? I'll controversially take Brian McClare. I mean, it is a push. See, and then CB gets immediately sent off. It does seem that the controversy. Eclair gets taken. McClare gets taken as in the Eclair, and then CB for a bit of rhyming slang gets a straight red, and he wants to appeal. Ming says no. Jorginho Butter. I think you're next one to go, Jason Ellis. Muller's a yogurt. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Muller, like Muller corners and that, of course, man. I eat them. I like them. Apologies, Ming. I do think the it was harsh. It was immediate, BMG. It's just like, you're fucking off. He's off. So when refs like can't wait to get card out, and it's like, whoa, slow down, stay loose. Is the gift that keeps on giving. Jason goes, he's off. He's not learned. BMG's not learned his. He let a Claire through. Then there was an instant sending off for Brian Kidd Squid. And then Paul Jason Ellis just gets instantly binned as well. Where's Hash Brown? I think you're going to be next to go here, Warpick. Where's Hash Brown? Ref, I know, Jason. Yeah, it's like, ref, fucking hell. Think about it, ref. It's like, oh, referee, fuck it, Sunday League stuff, this, man. We're talking about footballing, food footballers. And I'm getting straight reds. Not food-based. See, we can start with that, Leeds LUFC. If you put not food-based, it keeps everybody at a bit of, arm's length. Because you'd have got a straight red for that. If you'd have put Cantona, I'd have just gone, oh, he's got to go. It's a fucking... You've bit someone at that point, or karate kicked him, funnily enough. You score Cantona, cunt and half. Love it. Leeds. Love that, to be fair. Eric cunt and half. Rolls off the tongue as well, Leeds LUFC. I can't believe it's not Rutter that's got to be a headline at some point. A cantaloupe is a biggish fuck-off melon. Understood. I thought, what? Oh, I'm on about canapes. I'm on about canapes. And don't you forget it all boxed up. Love it. Appreciate you, BMG. You're a top man. We appreciate you, man. BMG getting the love he rightly deserves. Early bath. I mean, he booked somebody for the early bath earlier. He booked Joe Depp for the early bath. Oh, God. Lord help us. Have we had Gary Butters, the ex-cockwomble? You've got a bit of a thing for cockwombles, haven't you? 78 RPM. I'm looking forward to calling them the cockwombles all next season, because I referred to the cockwombles like I was in Boozer other week with Big Steve, and I says, "Oh well, cockwombles they're all right now." This a few weeks ago, I says, "Oh, cockwombles are all right." And he were like, obviously he's not involved in the channel. I went, the cockwombles? And I was like, yeah, Spurs, they're all right. And they were like, cockwombles? Like, yeah, cockwombles. Well, while he's not looking, CB, now that he's dipped, it'll be, there'll be feces all over the shop. The spreadsheet's sensational, to be fair, Ming. Alan Brazil, as in nuts. Ian Jackson, he's got to go in there, I think. Brazil nuts, I'm in on it. David Bexham. Paymon for good. Beckham's in there, I think. As funny as I find that, CB, West Spam, they've gone down, mate. I don't like them. So, because I don't like them fucking weasels that were in the wings. Every time I go to an away game, I refer to the home fans as the away fans, which is a pretty ridiculous thing to do when you consider they outnumber us by 30,000 or whatever douchebags have turned up. So I'm reluctant to go. I'd rather go. I can't remember what the suggestion was earlier. The name came up, but I'm happy to go with West Spam, but it's just the slags. That fucking That guy with the stick, he was the worst at lot. I don't know if I got him on video, to be fair. My boss and multiple other big time cockwombles, so I'm sticking with the term forever. It unifies a people as much as it divides, it unifies. Do you know what I mean? The cockwombles will not like it, but we're not here to please the cockwombles, are we? We're here to unify everybody that isn't a cockwomble. If you're a cockwomble, it unifies you while it separates, while it divides. The cockwombles, they're over there. Everybody that isn't a cockwomble is in here. Cockwombles, cock chicken, yes, straight in. My cock and bollocks stretched from Tower Bridge right the way up to Westminster. Speaking of Alan Brazil, I hope he recovers well after a heart stop during liver transplant. Was briefly on TV today recuperating. I've seen this before I've gone live all boxed up. Has he I didn't know that's what had happened. I'll try to work it out because I know that he's had a couple of wobbles, hasn't he, with it? I mean, he's a heavy drinker, isn't he? I mean, people are having to go at TalkSport a bit on that. I mean, I think TalkSport's fucking dog shit, to be honest. It's horrible. But I don't know what anybody's meant to do about their own. If people have got habits or whatever, what are you meant to do? People saying, "Oh, they should have sacked him." It's like, well, sacking him's not going to stop him boozing, is it? Probably going to make him booze more. He'll have more free time. He'd been better off on the night show though, or the afternoon show, because he's probably like, if you're a top drinker, you're an afternoon drinker, aren't you? Where you're drinking. I mean, there's many different alcoholisms. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. It's a mental thing, but he's a big bloke as well, in the all boxed up. So it's I didn't know his heart had stopped during liver transplant. It's mental, but I mean, fuck knows. Fuck knows. As you tasted a womble? No, I haven't war piglet. Have you wombled it up? What is a womble? Is a womble just the? Is there an actual? Is it just the kids program, a womble? What is a womble, or is it actually like a? Is there a womble? That's just it's fiction, is it? I always thought to womble or to go wombling means to scavenge. I do know that to be scavenge, where you go and looking for stuff out of recycle bin. Wombling. I'm off wombling tonight. I thought a womble might actually be an animal, but that's just obviously because I'm so familiar with the wombles. Call them what they are, Jack. They're all trash except Brett. Brett's cool, you know it. Brett's Sunderland though, isn't he? Brett's not a cock womble. The wombles. Understood. I can't. To be fair, I can't listen to him. I don't actually matter, but he goes on like these political rants all the time, and it's like, oh, this is unrelated to his health issues. Obviously, wish anybody. I don't wish anything upon anybody, and they're certainly not over the odd fucking. I just turn the radio off, which is something people seem to be incapable of doing. When somebody pisses them off, they can't just turn off and go, well, just don't listen to it. Just don't get so raggy about stuff. But yeah, he's always like banging on about some fucking. It's like it's talk sport, which is already shitting off as it is. It doesn't need to then become like this unbelievably political space where I'm listening to fucking the roly polies at World talking about politics, or the fucking, I mean, he used to bang on about like government, like how he'd run government. I've heard him a few times. Thought it may be slushed up. If he's slushed up, it's just pub talk, innit? So maybe he's onto something. Talks about his dog shit. I actually think it is Ming. Yeah, I went through a patch thinking it were all right. I know everybody has a go at Cundy, but he does make me laugh a little bit with that, like that stuff. I'd rather it be a bit more daft. I think if they become, yes, Chris Howarth, what's good, big man? I think if they become a little bit more like, I don't mind ridiculous radio, where they're clearly like, everybody has got a Bonglahor who is awful, does my head in. But at least you know he's sort of like up to something. I don't know, it's when it's like, you know, I like Simon Jordan to some extent, but he gets on my tits more than any of them, really. So I think there's a weird agenda going on here where he says, I'm not from the media, I'm of the media and all this stuff. And it's like, he's talking to Piers Morgan, luckily, in that one. Piers Morgan's the worst of them a lot, but yeah, TalkSport shit, man. All just want access and don't ask the hard questions. Well, this is it though, Ming, as well. I would say about the hard questions is I think then they're super rude. So I actually disagree with this version of journalism where you can't just talk to people like openly and with a bit of a kind heart, to be honest, like and be like, you know, just understand people's perspective. Like you have to ask these hard shit questions. You can allude to stuff and try and get some out of somebody in good faith. But like Simon Jordan's one that just comes in and just think you're being rude to him. And then Peter Fury went on his podcast the other day and he shat his pants. He didn't say up to him. He didn't go like, well, why did you fall out with Tyson Fury? That's one of the hard questions, isn't it? But he won't ask him that. He bottled it completely. But then he'll say to Eubank Jr., who I'm no particular fan of, even though he makes me laugh sometimes, and you know I'm in and out with him. He'll say to Eubank Jr. like, you're a charlatan, and he'll be really rude to him. It's like, well, why don't you say it to Peter then? Why don't you say like, no, come on, Peter? Or when he said to Wilder, when Wilder said he didn't want to talk about Tyson Fury, and he said, no, you're going to talk about it. It's like, well, why don't you say that to Peter then? There's like a, you know, they're not consistent whatsoever. Cockwombles. Rather than just being consistent with people and being like, oh, well, I ask anything, but there's definitely a way of asking stuff, isn't there? I don't think there's any need to be rude in person ever. I think you can have a laugh. I actually think you can have a laugh online, on radio, whatever they want to do. They can bitch about people when they're not there, which sounds ridiculous. But if you're saying stuff for them to see, I don't think it's the same thing. But when you sit in a room with somebody, you go, well, no, I'll explain it to you like as a human now. I don't know. I think people get caught up in what being online actually is. It's just a fucking lot of crap. It's a lot of woof. Like, you don't know any tweet I send, you don't know my intention of that tweet. You have an interpretation of the tweet or an interpretation of what I've said. You know, I mean, I can't remember what I said earlier, but I thought if anybody's to remember that, the Bamford thing right at the start says, our number one priority was to sign Ampadu and then to make sure by the end of June we've got Bamford in. Well, if you take that for exactly how I've just said it, people think, you know, if you said that, spread that elsewhere, that will be that's my thoughts for this incoming pre-season, which that would be the worst window in history. Never mind Leeds United history. That's my ramble. I don't know what I meant or what I said, but I said it. Is a wobble a badger-like animal? 6 foot tall. Well, this badger, although it's small itself, its actual height is currently, I would say that's 3 foot high. But the badger is 6 inch. Well, it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking to your missus, it's 12 inch, and then you become 18, don't you then? It's a wombat you're thinking of. Thank you, Peter White. Thank you indeed. Yes, it is indeed. I'm gonna have a quick look at a wombat. Show me a wombat. Oh yeah. I actually quite like. We haven't had a screenshot for a while. Let's get a wombat up in this bitch. Something quite novel about him. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but it doesn't really matter. Get this wombat in and on and over here. Having a good old scratch. What do you mean, Lukey boy? There's nobody binning you, War Piglet. It's impossible to be binned from here. That's why I don't have my own bin 78 RPM, so I'd end up dipping in, wouldn't I? I'd end up dipping into my own bin. We don't want that. It's fucking, I don't know what goes on sometimes with comments. It's proper whack. I'm not sure what's that's in reference to, Luke, and I'm actually on top of the comments here, so I don't really know. A womble depends on who is inside the costume as to whether I have tasted her. All boxed up. Keep wombling, mate. Keep on wombling. Talksport closed shop. How am I so... Oh, big man. Paul Clark, this is lovely stuff, brother. Thank you, man. Long time subscriber, but first time comment. Love your take, Jack. You make my Thursday nights. Cheers, big man. Where you boys make mine, so truly. Because sometimes I've got to say as well, like today I was absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered. You know, I'll keep the womble in there, actually. Oh, no, not the womble, the wombat. No, I'll go face to face. I was knackered. And I was like, come on, sort yourself out. And then I go on, I feel so much better. Not really spoke to anybody all day, so it's like, you know, it's strangely therapeutic for me as well, Paul. So I appreciate you, brother, honestly. I truly mean it. Paul getting the love now. Welcome, and make sure you comment going forward, says Ming. Ming takes no mercy, you see. Marched on together, Paul, absolutely. We're a little unit, and it's pleasurable to me. It pleasures me. 78 RPM, getting onto the serious stuff though. Wonder if wombats taste like chicken. Well, we'll find out. What do wombats taste like? What is the strangest animal you have eaten comes up? It's gamey. It's strong. It's a dark red meat. Those who have tried it have often compared it to a cross between heavily marbled... Marbled? What's marbled? Heavily marbled. Heavily marbled, fattier pork and lean mutton. Though it can have a slightly earthy taste. But there's also someone down here saying it tastes like tuna. Tinned tuna. So that seems to go against the pork and lean mutton. But it tasted like somebody's put... Which animal has the tastiest meat? seems wrong to me there. Don't you forget it, all boxed up. Yes, Paul Clark getting the love. Appreciate him. Needs a bit of Gallique. Nacho, the Real Madrid defender, a little bit spicy. Roger Slicker, I accidentally said Nacho because I googled it, which is against the rules in my opinion. Although BMG, who yellow cards and red cards everybody, says that you can Google, so which seems insane to me. The cock wombats, but we like the wombats though. War Piglet, leave that little scratchy fella out of it with Tooth. All right, Tooth. At home, it was Chelsea. And if I'm brutally honest, Jason, away it was Chelsea. Although, if we're going to involve FA Cup, I had so much fun at West Ham, it was unbelievable. Away green grass and my brother, and it was a genuine, absolute, it was a party. It was mental for 50 minutes, it was mental. But Chelsea away was unreal, and Chelsea at home, it was the day before my birthday as well. It was my birthday night, and Nikita Love came with me. It was genuinely a mint night. I loved Liverpool. Oh, I've played myself because obviously Man United away. It's a weird one, Man United away though. We was in a bit more of a rush to get there. I don't want to. I know it's not all about the day out, the night out, and stuff, but it kind of is. So there was like a Man United were a bit different, but I was euphoric on the way home, probably more so than Chelsea because I was dead on the way home from Chelsea. It was awful. The journey home was hellacious. The bus is not to go with it really, because our kid drove us home from. I mean, obviously it's a much less journey. But Chelsea, we went 2-0 up against Man U, didn't we? And then we were hanging on. So, sorry, against Man United. So it was sort of there for us to take. Whereas Chelsea, I thought had gone tits up. Do you know what I mean? So you have to take that into account, please, Jason. Oh, Chris. Thank you, dude. You're extremely generous. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. I couldn't think of the. I've never called anybody generous. I couldn't think of a fucking word. You're extremely generous. Thank you, though, dude. Appreciate you, Chris. Grilled wombat is underrated. Ming, straight from the hovel, you cannot. You can't grumble at what anything grilled, mate. Anything grilled. You can't grumble in the hovel. A quote from Crocodile Dundee. Is that what needs garlic? I ain't seen Crocodile Dundee since a tiny tot, you know, so a bit like Bat. Oh goodness me. Yes, Ira. Karen, I heard a lovely story from Mr. Whitesnake today about the third power couple of the channel. And I'll leave it up to Mr. Whitesnake to reveal. But it's very, very sweet. Extremely sweet. I don't know if he's told you what he told me, but it's really sweet. You're a power couple. You know it. Chris getting the love. Mingy, we don't need to super chat the super chats, Ming, but we appreciate you, Ming. As you well know, you're an absolute one of the original, one of the OGs, one of the my OGs. But Chris getting the love for the fan membership, handing them out, it's appreciated, man, honestly. I appreciate every which one of you, as you well know. I'm going to suck my boot, last bit of gauge with you. And, hello. Do you say hello now, Ming? Do you go, hello? 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 Appreciate every which one of you. I'll do a quick ship vid tomorrow. It'll get uploaded at 6:30. We're going to get back on with the quick ship vids. We need to up it on the old. We need to bring back the quick ship vids. Even though I'm just enjoying doing the shorts and stuff. And also, I need to address something just quickly with the membership thing. I did the kick ups with the cats. I thought that was an opportunity for me to just upload some stuff for the members of the channel, not because it's exclusive. I don't want anybody to think they're missing out on the garden stuff. I'll probably upload them, but I'm going to do that once a week, I think, boys, and we'll just chat some shit as opposed to we'll just chat some shit as opposed to anything football related. But I don't want anybody to think that I'm like keeping stuff away from it. Were Roger Slicker basically commented and made me panic about whether or not I'm keeping stuff exclusive, and that's not what it is. But equally, I don't do anything for the members, so Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody's probably even noticed, but there's only been one. But basically, I'll upload them, but I'll just make them. I don't even know what I'm saying. They'll be for the members for a few weeks, and then I'll make them not, weeks later. Or maybe I won't, to be fair, because I'm just chatting shit, and then people have a go at me for like having content that's not about the footy, even though it was slightly about the footy. I'm just, never mind, forget it. Beer's kicked in, I think, boys. Get some jerk seasoning on any joint, Brinsley. Oh, the flavour. Flavour Flav, Peter White. Appreciate you, brother. Wouldn't Mr. Whitesnake know about wombats? Wonder if they're pesky critters, says Jason Ellis. Pesky critters is possibly... It's quite an irritating thing to say, like to hear, but it's a wonderful thing to say. Pesky critters is really like... It's not necessarily nice in the ear, but to deliver is quite nice. And I think about stuff like that. You don't eat them anymore, Snakey. Yeah, smash a like before you go, and you know it, Mr. War Piglet. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, dude. Karen in the building, all boxed up. Behave yourself, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate every which one here. I need a piss as well. But yeah, shout out to every which one here. Shout out to Julie Neary for the super chat. Ming, Chris Howarth for the membership, handing them out like Santa Claus, and all boxed up for the super chats. Appreciate you. Enar in the wings. Ira, the rescue dog, which we know to be Karen. Mr. War Piglet. Not Mr. War Piglet, Mr. Whitesnake and the West Coast Warlord. Paul Clark, my guy. The algorithm works in our favour. Every Thursday, the Underlap comes up first on YouTube. Appreciate you, Paul Clark. Thank you, man. Cheers, all boxed up. Ming. Enar in the wings. War Piglet. Jason Ellis. Peter White. Lukey Boy. We've had Brett up in the building. 78 RPM was to be never forgiven. Never forgiven, never to be forgotten. Never forgiven. MVG gets a shout out even though he's not been in tonight, but MVG's got a lot on at the moment. CB, Paying for Good, Ian Jackson. Appreciate every which one of you boys. Honestly, there's been loads in tonight again. Jason Ellis, you legend, mate. Goal at nights tonight, mate. Potential man of that match for me. JB Leeds, who popped in towards end. Appreciate you. Roger Slicker, Jay Darnborough, Peter White. I think I've just said Ian Jackson. Sly 2.0 was on about his OnlyFans and I never got the link for it. Alan Clark, my lad. Jason Ellis, I think I've hopefully said. We've had some pelters. CB's been up in this bitch. Nipper's been in. Appreciate every which one here. BMG, obviously, for the hard work that the lad does. Take it easy, everybody. To be fair, Luke, I think I've. Sorry, Ina, I'm shit sometimes on my. It's on Twitter, innit? I'll sort that out now when I finish, Ina. I don't know how it works though. I genuinely mean this. I need to talk to the New Zealand Warlord because he's able to like add me. I'm so shit. I had the channel. I bumped into an Irish lad on the promotion day, and I said I'd text him. We're gonna go to Dublin, and I said I know that's from like last year, ages ago, but I fucking can't add him. It's like the number's not right, so I don't know. I've never added a foreign number. So do you know how to do it, E9, in terms of, or could you, if I sent you mine, could you text me and then I could, do you know what I mean? Because that's why I did it wrong way around, because I took his number and then I tried to text him and it didn't work. So whereas the New Zealand Warlord knows what day it is, because he were able to add me the other day, months ago. Cheers, War Piglet. Appreciate you. I do like the yellow away kit, yeah, Roger Slicker, as much as I've liked all of them forever. Yeah. It's mint. I'll message you now, Ian. I'll get it sorted. I'll send you my... I'll just message you. And then we don't have to talk through here. But appreciate every which one of you. Thank you, boys, girls, and Bob. Legendary. In a bit, everybody. Speak to you soon. There will be a ship vid out tomorrow, I promise. I actually promise that for once.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.